Thank you so much for joining me. Tell me, how can I help you, my friend? What's been going on?
Okay, so now I'm pretty much in my career, but not in the industry I want to be
Mhm,
in. So I'm I'm doing a lot of administrative work. So my cat that's the category that I'm interested in. My goal is to hopefully one day be a CEO and then end up working for myself. So I'm trying to get to that stage point, but I've been following like all your videos and lives and everything. So I'm strategically trying to plan and figure out how to get to that point.
mhm,
And I'm starting to like getting into doing consulting as
mhm,
well. So I want to take a step further into that because I've been getting phone calls about a lot of doing consulting work, and I'm like, okay, I see that I'm becoming of an interest for people because of
mhm,
my experience. So I'm pretty much like I'm stuck on where I should move because the job that I'm currently at, I love it. I love working with the people. My boss, she's amazing. And I already feel like I am not supposed to be there long term because
mhm,
I know there's other um I feel like there's other things that's trying to move me in a different direction, but for somehow my current job it already uh fits my schedule because I'm going back to school, so I'm only like staying there because of that. But
okay.
I definitely know that I'm not supposed to be there long term.
Mhm, mhm.
So
Awesome, awesome. So you're working as an administrative assistant at your current job?
no, human resource assistant right now. But I
HR.
do a lot of administrative assistant jobs, like
Mhm,
besides my regular duties that I do. But I'm basically I help out like with every department in my job in case they need help with administrative duties. So I'm just there just to be of service or be of help for them.
mhm,
But I do a lot of recruiting under my title and onboarding for new employees that come into our company, and I do a lot of interviewing as well.
okay, awesome, awesome. So where do you see yourself as a consultant? What would you like to do?
I would like to start working for myself because I do feel like I have a lot of free time and a lot of I feel like I have the capability to do it as well, and it's like I'm always open to learning something new, and I do know that consulting is going to be new for me. Um, it's just that I want to be, how can I say it? Um, broaden my skills a lot more. That
Mhm,
makes sense because
mhm,
I already have a lot of skills and everything, and I know I can get jobs. I already have that down packed because I followed your instructions. So I know I'm getting jobs because I get phone calls daily about a new position. Are you interested? Are you looking to do a career change? And I'm like I do want to do a career change, but then at the same time, I don't want to like jump so fast because I don't want to lose what I have now and it's working for me. But I know that the industry that my job is in is not the industry that I would thought I would work in, but
mhm.
it's good for right now.
Okay.
So,
Is there an industry that you want to work in?
well, my goal was to work in the financial industry or investments industry because I'm currently studying that. So I'm learning like stocks and trades and um currency, pretty much what's the word I'm looking for? Economics. So I'm
Mhm,
learning all of that already. And that's the industry that I wanted to work in because the company that I wanted to work in for is JP Morgan and Chase. That's always been a dream of mine. But I haven't gotten to that point. But working for an automation industry is a lot different than working with in a financial industry. So
mhm.
I'm trying to get to that point, but for right now, it's okay. I'm not complaining because I like what I do there, but it's just I want to get to what I actually dream of doing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So the current company you're working at is an automation company?
Yes.
That's amazing, Tivia.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. Yeah, you could leverage that to get into JP Morgan because that, as we talked about, right?
Mhm.
That that skill or that industry, that's an emerging industry, meaning that it's
Yeah.
on the forefront of technology. And although you may not have interest in the industry, you now have skills and you have experience that you
Right.
could use and leverage to get you into where you want to be. So that's first. The second thing is you have a set of skills, the HR skills. So if you wanted to move into HR consulting,
Mhm.
you can definitely do that if you wanted to leverage those skills to kind of launch you into the consulting realm. You could definitely do that. So you have a lot of what you need to transition into where you want to go. It's just when you're ready to take the leap to do it. It's not so much as thinking about what should you do because you have everything you need.
Right.
Now it's about doing it. And I heard you say that you're there just because of going to school and it works with your schedule and all of that. But you have all the skills, you have the experience. You leverage the fact that you're working for an automation company because that's an emerging sector in
Mhm.
emerging technology. Document that, and I
Mhm.
would take note. I would actually, maybe at the end of each week, if you can just think of things that you've worked with, whether it's tools or software or processes or procedures, keep a career journal every Friday. Just if you can, because sometimes we forget, we just do
Right.
our work day to day. We don't think about it, right? But if it's a software that, because I also heard you say that you work with a lot of different departments and uh, doing, a jack of all trades there. So anything you touch or any other department that you work in, you're kind of multi-functional and you cross collaborate, it sounds like,
Mhm.
with other departments and business units. I would on Friday or each day just scribble somewhere and then on Friday collect all of that. And then if you'd like, we can work together and put all of that on your resume, but keep up with everything that you're doing, even though if you think it's, because especially when we're doing our jobs, we think it's nothing. It's just what we
Right.
do. But just make a note of it because we can take all of that and build you out a fabulous portfolio. Because I know how long you've been doing it. Because
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
yeah, you're there. You're there. It's just when you're ready. When you're ready to take the leap, we first get your documents together so that we can put you out in the market. You're already getting contacted. So
Right.
now they're going to want to see what have you done, right? Because you want to make sure you're getting contacted for the right opportunities that you want.
Right.
It's one thing to get contacted, it's another to get contacted for what you actually want to do, right?
Mhm.
In that way, once you're um, marketing yourself with all of your background and experience that's relevant to the industry that you want to be in, which is banking and finance. There's fintech now, which is
Mhm.
amazing. And the relevancy is important, as well as the skill set to show value. So we can go to JP Morgan all day long, but they're going to want to see what value you can bring to the table. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're right there. Whenever you're ready to launch, you can absolutely do it. Again, I would just make note now, moving forward, just little things, even if you think it's nothing, just make note because you'll be surprised at all the things that you touch, all the people you interact with. There's opportunities there for you also if you're interacting with maybe, I don't know, senior leader or something like that. If there's initiatives happening in the organization you may not have thought of in the past, can I
Mhm.
be a part of that? But I would raise my hand, even if it's volunteering.
Right. So I do that too. I do a lot of volunteer
Oh,
work as
awesome.
well because I'm at my job. I am the head of the volunteer group, so
Mhm.
I do set up all the volunteer activities that we have to do because our company is also part of Mitsubishi Electric. So they just required our company to well they own us now, so we work with a lot of them. So I'm currently like back and forth traveling and everything. So in September I'll be at a workshop conference to gain more knowledge about like how they want us to do more volunteering and how to involve more people and like come up with different ideas of what we can possibly do for volunteering, because that's another thing that my job is really on me about. So that's also something I've also been working with, and I do work with a lot of the C-suite employers at my job, because I work directly with the vice president of human resources and the CEO. So we work
Mhm.
together. So and the CFO. We all work together on a lot of different things. So I definitely don't have that big of a problem with working with C-level execs. So that's
Mhm.
they love my energy every time I come into the office. So they don't have a problem with me doing anything. I just like working with them. So I enjoy that part with the C-level execs.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's a lot to unpack right there. Working with Mitsubishi on their electrical initiatives or whatever they have going on. That's amazing, Tivia. That's
Yeah.
another emerging market right there
Yeah.
that you already are working with, you're already tapped into. So I think one of the things that we want to be mindful of is not going to work as normal or as usual, just thinking we're going there doing it. I always think about, this is what I share with other professionals or other clients that I'm working with. Think about how you can gain additional knowledge and skills. If you're interacting with the CFO, the CHRO, the CEO, or whomever, ask them about their priorities for this quarter. So,
Hmm.
what's important to you this quarter? Or what are you working on this quarter? Or what is your top priority? What's your top? And you can make it casual,
Right.
right? What's your top priority this quarter? And once you know that, you have knowledge of that, how can you fit yourself in? First of
Hmm.
all, they never probably ever get that question. So you're going to be remembered for that. Secondly, it's a good way for you to see what's important to the company, what's important to that leader, what's important to that division, and how can Tivia get, because now it's about Tivia and how can Tivia get something? Because I know that you are a high contributor. I can tell you perform at a high level, but
Hmm.
don't forget about yourself and gaining that knowledge while you're just doing and doing and doing and doing and doing and not getting anything that's serving you and benefiting you, because you eventually, like you said, school will be over and you're going to
Right.
want to elevate. You don't want to stay where you are. So let's make sure while you're there, you have the electric vehicle industry right there at your hands, right? You have the automation at your hands. You interact with C-suite level. You They send you to workshops and conferences where you can learn new things. You're going to lead some volunteering initiatives. All of that is leadership skills. All of that is your career portfolio that you
Hmm.
could create. And so when you move into that consultancy world, you already have something for companies, and your new clients can see the work that you've done. You already named two companies that you're working with that are your clients because you're servicing them now,
Hmm.
right? So that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
What do you think?
Well, what you did say is hopeful, because I've never done like write a career journal of what I'm
Mhm.
doing every week, because me and my boss, we do meet once a week to
Mhm.
discuss different things and how I feel about this different projects and everything. So I do get feedback on what she says, and I do give her feedback too of how I feel about certain things. And I just don't write it down. So that's one
Mhm.
thing I'm definitely gonna have to do. Second, you said something about asking the C-level executives like um what is their main priority for the quarter. So my job does these all employee meetings that we do once a month, and they talk about what's their main priority for the upcoming months or for that month all the time. So I do pay attention to that a lot.
Right.
So, but like to ask them like individually. I have not yet to do that, so I'm definitely gonna do that when I see everybody next month for because we just opened our brand new office and we're having like a huge grand opening. So everybody from Mitsubishi is going to be there and from my office is going to be there. So that
Wow.
would be my perfect opportunity to definitely ask everyone what is our main goal or what's our main priority right now, because I know they're definitely trying to um we're definitely trying to, their model is change for the better. So we're definitely, everybody's always coming up with ideas of how we can move forward better. And plus, since we are eventually going to be a sustainable world soon, that's another thing that they've been working on. So I'm definitely looking forward into learning more about that coming in September. um but to actually sit down one on one, I think that's what I'm probably gonna have to do with this, with the C-suite execs, because I haven't done that yet.
That's amazing. That's so amazing. And you have a great opportunity, Tivia, to build, just like their motto is change for the better.
Hmm.
Same thing should be personally, not just for the
Yeah.
organization, but for Tivia personally, changing for the better. But you mentioned, we talked about the electrical vehicle space. The automation is the company, and sustainability. If you categorize when you write in your career journal, those are three hot emerging spaces right now.
Hmm.
And if you can figure out, if you talk to all of those C suite, and I would use those three categories. Let's say I go to the CFO, from sustainability to Mitsubishi and the electrical vehicles and the company's automation space. I would have those three things underneath the CFO. And it's, what's the main priority when it comes to sustainability? And or give me your thoughts around it. Like, you don't want to grill them. I know you, they sound like they
Right.
like you, they love you, but
Yeah, they do.
or maybe take each of those and ask, because you would know better than me which one would fit each one. And what this is doing for you is, again, we're building your
Hmm.
portfolio and your knowledge base in these very hot sectors: sustainability, electric vehicles, and automation. I mean, you got, it's at your fingertips.
Hmm.
It's at your fingertips. So I'm excited for you. As long as you gather that data and then create your portfolio, so then get you to that consultant and to JP Morgan, then
Okay.
that would be amazing. That would be amazing. So
Awesome. Okay. I like that.
was was it helpful?
Yes, it was.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you so much again for hanging out with me. And yeah, go get them. Go get them. Go
I
get
will, and I will be back with results to tell you.
them. Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.